Hey everyone, a tired Mr. Brown here going to tell you about factoring by grouping. So factoring by grouping is another factoring method, but in this case we need 4 terms. So in this case we happen to have 4 terms because I chose the example before making the video, so you are in luck. So what we need to do is we need to group the first 2 terms and the second 2 terms. And we need to pull out a GCF from each of the 2 terms. So, if you don't know how to find a GCF, now would be a good time to stop this video and go watch the GCF video. Alright, so let's pull out a GCF from the first 2 terms. We're going to pull out a 5, because that is the biggest thing that can be pulled out between 5 and 10. And let's pull out p squared, because that's the biggest thing that can be pulled out. What's left is just p plus 2. Alright. So now let's do the exact same thing on the other side. The biggest thing we can pull out is a negative 16. We can't pull out anything with p because there's only a p on one side. So what's left is just p plus 2. Alright, so at this point, we need to compare these 2 factors we have in here. If they are the exact same, then we did this correct. We have to always be careful, because if these do not come out the same, we did not do it right. So, we are done at this point. We just need to write our factors. The way we write the factors is we write the common factor, p plus 2, and then we write the 2 GCFs added together as the second factor. 5p squared minus 16. And that's it. Let's do another example. Let's see. Alright, in this example, we have 56 m cubed minus 7m squared minus 8m plus 1. Same thing we just did. Group the first 2 and the second 2 terms. Alright, so now we need to find the GCF of the first 2. So, 7 and 56, the greatest common factor is 7. In terms of variables, the greatest thing we can pull out is an m squared. So what's left? Well, 56 divided by 7 is 8. We took out 2 m's. We took out the m squared. It was m cubed, so we're left with just m. We took out all of 7m squared. So we're just left with a negative 1. And now, on the right side, at this point, it's kind of hard to see what our greatest common factor is. But we have to kind of cheat a little bit and say, okay, well, we wanted to say 8m minus 1, so we did it right. So how would we be able to do that? Well, we need this positive 1 here to be a negative 1 for that to work. So the only way for that to happen is for us to take out a negative 1 from the entire thing. Because if we do that, this negative 8m will change to 8m, and this positive 1 will change to a negative 1. So now, we're done. We are done because both of those factors match, so now we just need to write our factors. 8m minus 1 and 7m squared minus 1. And that's it.